Could have been whiskey, might have been gin, could have been 2, 4, 6 packs, I don't know, but look at the mess that I'm in. My head looks like a football. I think I'm gonna die. Tell me, oh my, wasn't that a party? Hello to all of you out there in YouTube land, my great, special, favorite people in all the world. What I wanted to talk to you about is alcohol addictions and drug addictions. Now, I know in the last sex addiction, I just said something very easy and simple. Of course, for some people, they don't think that that's so very easy to do. Just resist it and it won't be there anymore. But we know as grown adults that there are many other ways to quote unquote satisfy our needs, that we don't have to actually put ourselves out there and maybe get some kind of STD or something like that we can't get off, and you know it's gonna be around us forever or kill us one. So it's a lot simpler and more easy to go along with that than it is to do what I'm saying. So anyways, on alcohol and drug addictions, okay, if you feel like you have an alcohol or drug addiction, that's a little bit of a different codependency, okay? Maybe there's something gone wrong in your life that you need to just let go in order to let this codependency go. Maybe look back on your life and see the badness that has come from that particular addiction, and it might actually help you. I remember years ago when my dad was 33, he smoked cigarettes religiously, and his brother was dying of the polycystic kidney disorder, and he was talking to God, and God told him, if you let these cigarettes go, I'll spare your brother for now. And so my dad did, and my uncle lived like 8 more years. He was going to die rapidly, but he went ahead and threw the cigarettes out the window, and my dad didn't smoke again all the way up until he passed away. He was almost 68 then, so you know, you can do it. He never smoked another cigarette. He just went cold turkey, threw the cigarettes out the window, and that was it. So if you can think of anybody in your life that would be a trigger for you, okay? Hear what I'm saying? A trigger for you. Somebody that's so special in your life. Maybe they even passed on. Maybe a mother, a father, sister, brother, whatever. A child. And just imagine that you're trying to keep them alive, okay? Because your mind is very complex. But if you can think this in your mind, like me, I used to smoke cigarettes too. I didn't for a long time, and when I quit for like 8 years, and then didn't smoke another cigarette, and then I felt a little depressed over something, and I smoked again, but only for like a month or two, and then I quit again, and for 5 years, and you know, like that. But I never smoked like 20 years straight or nothing like that. I just occasionally smoked, and it happened a lot. But if you can somehow like fake your mind out, like okay, I stayed with my mom just before I went to the Philippines, And just before that, I had kind of little dabbled with smoking cigarettes. And my mom even surprised me. She told me, if you're going to smoke, go outside and smoke. So she must have felt something, but I didn't smoke. Why? Because I was in my mother's presence, and I didn't want her to worry about me and the fact that I was smoking, because she didn't really like that, you know. And she worried about my dad on it. And her husband now, Delton, he was a smoker, but he quit before he knew my mom. But, you know, it happens. And just because I was around my mom, I didn't smoke. And so I you know, once I went like 4 months, it was done. You know, I wasn't going to smoke again anyways. So that's how it works. But if you can train your mind, you can really work on that, you know. Maybe your father or your mother passed away, you know. Just in your trained mind, try to train it that they're still alive and there's still hope for them to live, but they're only going to live if you quit drinking or you quit doing drugs or something like that. I'm not trying to bring up your past and bring sorrow into your life or nothing like that. Just believe it. Just believe that that's what's going to take for them to continue to live. Or just something along that line. When you train your mind, because your mind is very, very complex, but you can train it to do anything you want. Your mind can do anything you want. You can become president if you want to. You just have to have that mindset. If you have it right up here in your mind, you can do anything. And believe me, I'm telling you anything. You could be a billionaire. You could walk a mountain and down the other side without even taking a break. That's how complex your mind is. But you have to train it to do exactly what you want it to do. Okay, so I know, and you do also have to resist the devil, and he will leave you. He will leave you. If you resist it, he will leave you. But try to, you know, do something of that nature. Maybe you have to work on somebody that's living, you know. Maybe one of your daughters happens to get sick or something, and you say, look, if you allow them to become healthy again, then I will quit doing whatever it is you're doing. Alcohol, drugs, whatever. But you have to train your mind. Your mind is everything. Everything is your mind. So, whatever it takes, try to train your mind. And when you get to that point, you're going to be able to overcome anything. And also, one more thing, okay? It's 100% great if you're a religious person. Say 10 times a day, 3 times each time, whisper this: I have the mind of Christ. I have the mind of Christ. I have the mind of Christ. If you whisper this 3 times, 10 times a day, you will overcome that, because sooner or later your subconscious mind will believe that you have the mind of Christ. And when you have his mind, you have everything else. You have everything else. You could do whatever it is he could do. Well, I mean, look at all the manifestations he did, all the healings he did, everything that he was able to do. I mean, he got money from a fish's mouth. Come on. I mean, seriously, just time and time and time again, He proved himself to us. So if you can say, I have the mind of Christ, I have the mind of Christ, I have the mind of Christ, you will, 100%, I guarantee this, you will overcome anything. Sex addiction, alcohol addiction, drug addictions, whatever it may be, you're going to overcome it. I want you to know, I love you. Love yourself, love God, and by all means, love each other. Until next time, people, love, peace, and